Hi-ho neighbors, Radio Goji here, and welcome back to Squeeze the World Toys. Today I'm going to be continuing my look with the Transformers Generations Titans Return line by upgrading to some Deluxe class figures. Now, the difference between Deluxe class figures and the Legends class figures we've been looking at is that Deluxe figures are a bit bigger, and they also more incorporate the Titan Master gimmick to them. They come with Titan Masters, like this one here, who actually form the head of the figure. And despite the fact that the Titan Master head gimmick is universal throughout the line, the Titan Masters that come with the figures are indicative of the character that the figure depicts. Today we're going to start our look at Deluxe class figures by taking a look at Deluxe class Hot Rod, who has made appearances in at least the Titan Master video, as he was the one who held all of the weapons and also swapped out heads with Grimlock temporarily. Anyway, Hot Rod, for those of you who don't know who Hot Rod is, at least in the context of the cartoon, Hot Rod was actually one of the main characters in the animated movie, and was voiced at the time by Judd Nelson. Not so much in the actual cartoon. A lot of the celebrity voice actors did not reprise their roles in the cartoon. But Hot Rod is a young, brash, hot-headed Autobot who turns into a car, basically, as you can see, a very 80s futuristic, nice-looking sports car. I love the look of this guy. But throughout the course of the movie, at the very end, becomes Rodimus Prime, the new leader of the Autobots. In the course of the cartoon, though, going into the short-lived Season 4, which was actually just a three-parter that was, abruptly ended the cartoon series, because after it aired it was canceled. Rodimus became Hot Rod again when Optimus Prime came back and got a Target Master friend named Firebolt. But I'll get into Firebolt when we get to him, because, quite frankly, I don't remember too much about the character, but Hot Rod is very cool looking. I've always loved the look of the car. You got the huge pipes on the back, big spoiler, you even got the flame pattern on the hood. Very, again, 80s futuristic is like the way that I like to describe that. And he does come with a Titan Master Fire Drive, which is, despite the fact that he's all gray here, he's supposed to be based off of Firebolt, who was the Target Master who partnered up with Hot Rod in Season 4 of the cartoon. And also, he is not the same color as Firebolt, same color at all. He's like this very flat silver color with the Hot Rod face on his back. But we're basically turning Hot Rod into a headmaster as well with this. Very, very strange, but it's whatever. Now, much like with the Legends class figures, each of the Deluxe class figures can also accommodate the Titan Masters, and it's a little bit easier with the Deluxe class figures because they actually come with Titan Masters to put into the driver's seat or whatever. And the driver's seat, the little cockpit will just open up like this, and there's a nice, well-defined driver's seat there. So just put, I know it's mostly off camera, we're going to put Fire Drive into his little sitting position with his arms out like this, and he'll just drop right out of my hand because I'm a clumsy person, and he'll just sit right in to the driver's seat there, and you can even close up. This is one of the main things. This is one of the main things that drew me to this line, was the fact that it wasn't necessarily the headmaster aspect of it. It was the fact that you got a little dude who could drive around in the car, and it's even like a translucent thing. You can see him in there. The Legends class figures, I only have like really one figure, and that's Sea Spray, who has a place where they can go and you can't even see him. Some of the other ones, like I think Brawn was a Legends class figure. He actually had like a defined driver's seat. But a lot of the Legends class figures I have are a little bit more unorthodox than just vehicles. But this looks really cool with him sitting inside Hot Rod's driver's seat like that. Pretty neat. Hot Rod also comes with two guns here, and the guns can be deployed in a couple different ways. First off, you can actually plug them into these holes near the front wheels, like so, just with these pegs here. And he has guns facing forward, because it's a futuristic sci-fi cartoon, so he would have guns facing forward. That looks kind of neat, but also they can be deployed thusly. You can take them back out here, and these can actually combine thusly to make kind of a, those clip together, and they'll basically make like a turret thing, and you can actually plug this into the slots on the engine block here. And you can have either fire drive or another Titan Master come in. Let's just, I got Siren handy here, so let's put Siren in there. And he can just sit in the turret. So you've got like a little co-pilot who's manning the guns there. Let's see if I can get some more detail on that and have it not focus on the stuff in the background. I'm bad at this, but yeah, that looks pretty neat. I mean, it's. I mean, I can understand why the guns are there. I think that they detract a little bit from the car aesthetic, but I think when they're deployed. But I don't. It's not a deal breaker. I don't hate them. It just feels kind of weird when they're on there. Either way. Let's go ahead and transform Hot Rod into his robot mode. First off, we're going to just put the guns and any and all Titan Masters off to the side. And you can open up the cockpit. There's a little... This is basically a little peg here that clips in there. Sometimes it'll stay in place, sometimes it won't, but usually it does. So first off, we're going to disconnect the spoiler and bring up this whole hood section just to kind of get it out of the way during the transformation. We're going to disconnect the muffler parts like so that we can swing out what are going to be the legs. So they'll swing out like this. So you can deploy the feet. You can separate these as well, and then these side panels will close up behind. Like that. Then take the waist, twist the entire waist around like that. We're going to disconnect the front upper panels, and they'll come off to the side and make arms. In fact, I like to kind of deploy the elbows as well. Flip out the hands. And then with the hood, there's actually a couple of hinges on here. First one is the very end of the hood. That will come down first, and then bring the entire hood down to make the chest plate there. Twist the roof / back section around, and then bring it up like this, and then these two pegs will go into these slots here, the tabs of slots. And that's the main body done. Now you go ahead and take Fire Drive, and you turn him into his Titan Master head mode, like we did before in the first video, and then he will just plug into that port here via his head, and the head will actually act as I know I mentioned it before, but it'll act as basically the neck for Hot Rod's robot mode. So sometimes it can take a bit to line up everything correctly. Will it fit better this way? No, it won't. Sometimes it'll fit better with the Titan Master head the other way. But there you go. Attach the head, and Hot Rod is good to go. And the Deluxe class figures do usually see a little bit of an increase in the amount of articulation they have. You do have full ball joint range of the head. He can technically look up and down, but there's just obviously a matter of clearance around the head. But the Titan Master neck is a ball joint, so his neck is a ball joint too. You do have ball joints on the shoulders. You have swivels and hinges for the elbow. The fist can kind of move in and out, but that's part of the transformation. You also have ball joints on the hips. Legs on my figure are very loose too. From what I understand, that's a major common thing with Hot Rod, though, so there you go. The swivel on the upper thigh, hinges on the, actually a double hinge, looks like, on the knee there. And you can also move the waist, if I can get it in camera. Sorry about that. And, of course, you can also hold his guns. Should probably separate those out. Like that. And then he can just hold them. Or you can plug them into his shoulders if you want. I usually have him hold them, though. And that's Hot Rod. Hot Rod is a great figure. I really like this. This was the first Deluxe class I got. And Hot Rod is one of my favorite characters. So I do really like this this quite a bit. I do have a Rodimus Prime figure on the way. And that's more or less going to replace that as the standing Hot Rod representation in my thing here. I'm just going to put him on my desk at work once he comes in. But yeah, I like this figure quite a bit. I do recommend it. You can probably find Deluxe class figures. Most the ones I found on Amazon are usually they're usually around $20, I would say. I've seen some for less than that. I'm really not sure what the going rate is for most retail prices on these, but the powers that be do fluctuate the prices on Amazon quite a bit. I think I actually got him at Target. Alongside, I got a Voyager class and a Leader class figure along with him. But this was one of the first figures I got. I got him at Target. I don't remember how much I paid for him though. But this was one of the first figures I got for this line, and yeah, I've been kind of hooked ever since. But yeah, definitely pick up Hot Rod if you like the character, or if you just want a good car transformer robot. You can't go wrong. So until next time, I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here. Join me, won't you?